Assalamualaikum to my lecturer, Sir Muhammad Firdaus bin Ahmad, and to all my fellow friends. Now, me and my friends are going to present chapter 6, which is about commercialized sport. So, stay focused and don't skip our videos because you may miss some important points. As we know, sport supposedly transmit value to the public or athlete such as teamwork, connect each other and so on. However, because of the tremendous financial and social benefits, the values that supposedly to be transmitted have tainted the purity of this image. So, what is the cause of these things happening? These things happen because of the commercialization in sport. The definition of sport commercialization is comprised of organized competition that are advertised and promoted for entertainment value and for which the outcome has significance financially and leads to status within the sport context. In the simplest meaning, commercialization is essentially trying to make profit in the sport. As we can see, nowadays, sport has changed during time to time. Based on Reebok president Robert Mears, he says that we have recognized for several years that sport is part of entertainment. The market now is really sports, fashion and music. We can expect to ignore reality and survive. Okay, for example, the picture is from 1900 show Charlotte Cooper, which is a tennis player. As we can see, she is wearing a white cloth and no logo at her clothes. And I compare the picture with Andy Murray picture and it shows there's a lot of logo which Andy Murray are being sponsored by the company to show it marketable. But how and why is that things happen? There are three things that are related to commercialized sport, which is sport, media, and sponsor. These three areas need each other because without that, we can't make money and profit or commercialize sport. The next one is educational sport. The definition of educational sport is comprised of competitions between individuals enrolled in school and college that are of interest mostly to the athletes, friends, and family because the outcome, while value is secondary to the sporting experience as characterized by behaviors such as fair play, teamwork, and cooperation. So, this video shows the example of educational sport. One is recreational sport. Recreational sport is comprised of competitions between non-compensated individuals of any age who plays sport for fun, skill development, social interaction and value development. Most of us have done recreational sport, so this video is example for recreational sport. So, for ethical analysis of commercialized sport has four types, which is the first one is sport for public relations and promotion. The second one is sport as a business. The third one is sport as entertainment, and the last one is sport as transmitter of economic value. These 4 points will present by my team members. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you for the previous presenter. Next, I will continue about the other slide. First of all, let me introduce myself first, which is my name is Norashiki binti Suardi. Okay, I will continue to the other slide, which is sport public relation and promotion. Sport public relation and promotion can be defined as promoting teams and or individuals, players, and sport organization through earned media channels. This sport public relation and promotion also including a broadcast, media, radio, and online media outlets. Sport public relation also works to build and maximize an athlete image potential. Okay, sport for public relation and promotion also used to promote a city's business, a college, and a product. This sport for public relation and promotion also allowed the sponsor to gain the stature and generate the fan interest through the four mediums, which is the youth sport, interscholastic sport, intercollegiate sport, and the last one is the professional sport. Next, for the other slide, which is youth sport in sport public relation and promotion. Youth sport also can be defined as an adult that organizes sport program for children and youth that typically between the age of 7 until 18 years old. They also have a benefit for the children who involved in youth sport, which is the first one, they can increase their physical activity and health. And then the second one, they also can form a social and community bonds. The third one, these children who are involving in youth sport also can improve their academic potential. And the last one, they also can learn how to face and overcome challenge in the future. Next, for the interscholastic sport, they also can be defined as an athletic competition between the multiple academic institution or school. This also can be seen as a team sport that play between the school or as a representative of a different school, especially in secondary school. The example of the interscholastic sport is MSSD, which is Majlis Sekolah Sukan Daerah, and MSSM for Majlis Sukan Sekolah Malaysia. Okay, next for the intercollegiate sport. Intercollegiate sport is the sport that been played at the college level, for which the eligibility requirement for participation by a student athlete that are established by a national association for the promotion or regulation of the college athletic. Intercollegiate sport also can be known as a successful sport teams that enhance the prestige and external image of their institution. The example of intercollegiate sport is Sukip and Maksum. Okay, next for the professional sport. The professional sport is the sport person who is an individual that channel all their energy into the particular sport so that they can compete at the higher level and make it as their career. The person or athlete who involved in this professional sport will receive a payment or reward based on their performance. Okay, as example for the professional sport, which is we can see from the football competition, the team that we can relate in this professional sport is JDT teams, JDT players, which is if the JDT players achieve their achievement in the football competition, the TMJ, which is the Tunku Mahkota Johor, will give the reward or payment for their JDT player based on their performance. This is, we call that is a professional sport.
Thank you for the previous presenter. My name is Iliawati binti Zainal Abidin. I will come to my part, which is commercialized sport as a business. As we know, business is commercial activity in order to make profit or money. In sport industry is multi-billion-dollar business when it comes to competition and recreation component combined. So they have three characterized as corporate athleticism. For the first, they have yacht and interscholastic sport. second is intercollegiate sport, and the last one it is professional sport. Okay, for the yacht and intercollegiate sport is when young athlete learn reward of victory. The pressure they want to win will lead them to the ethical dilemmas and unethical action. It have a limited prize to be received and also misplaced priorities of coach and parents. Okay, for example, as you can see, they have Adidas, Puma, and Nike. They be sponsored to the football club, so they can increase their brand's sale, which is if their fans see the idols wear the football shoes, so they will buy it too. In this way, they can increase their sale, and also AFC is a commercial partner of the FNA. And then even during in COVID-19 nowadays, there's the heightened private equity investor that interest to involve in the sport. Okay, next for the intercollegiate sport. Commercial intercollegiate sport has exploited athletes, lowering administration qualification standard to allow academically prepared students in college may set them up to failure. If more time sport than academic, more time for sport, less for social development. And also, there will low pay for the athlete, but college get a big amount sponsored. For other example, the Eastern College Athletic Conference (ECAC) is the former sponsorship since 2018 for Esports ESC League. TMB is sponsoring for the college sport the TMB champion. And for the last one is the Taiwan Excellent Intercollegiate Battleground. Is TEIB has been the main sponsor for this game since 2018. Okay, for the last one is the professional sport. Professional athletes realize they have been paid for the entertainment, their job responsibility and competing in sport, physical exploitation and meaning over education and value development. As for the example, CR is as an ambassador of the Shopee 1919 and Clean and Clear. Lin Chow is the ambassador for the 100 Plus, and Shafiq Rahim is the Power Cat commercial, and also the Macy is the Pepsi commercial. That's all from me. I will give the next point to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Noor Amira Akila binti Zarawi. So I will continue the presentation for today. Sport as entertainment is a type of spectacles present their competitive event using the high level or extravagance presentation, which is their purpose is to entertain their audience. Examples, WWE or MotoGP. Okay. It is important to make the audience feel happy and satisfaction when they attend the event. Actually, sport as entertainment is strengthen the educational mission of schools and college. But when it's turned to entertainment for the youth sport and interscholastic sport, it might be a little bit pressure for them. As we know, the youth they have a less experience and less skills in sport. But adult level demand entertainment is higher. So sometimes the coach use overage players and it's intense pressure to the players. Okay, for the intercollegiate sport, mostly the person who attend the game or athlete attend the game, they provide enjoyable game and winning. But the coach sometimes over promoted themselves and make they feel unhappy attend the game because they need to win the game. They have pressure for their coach to win the game. This is the big reason why sport be as entertainment. Actually, they're more focused to professional sport because they are expendable commodities. They give a benefit to media, country, economics, and teams. Through this, they also can fulfill their customer, which is the person who attend the game, who watch the game. They give a happiness and satisfaction for them. Okay, example that I can give for professional sport is Formula One, MotoGP, and Ironman Triathlon. Okay, next is sport as transmitter of economic values. Okay, in professional sport, economic values may exceed ethical values because the former are rewarded, but the latter may be faintly phrased. In certain country, uh, they allow gambling in a game for their economic growth. Okay, when the economic values occurs, the spirits of the rules are dies. Okay, for the examples that I can give to you is FIFA Ultimate Team could soon be classified as gambling in the United Kingdom. For economic concerns and rule violations, examples that I can give to you frequently during the football game, sometimes athletes make a faking injuries in a field to stop the clock and thus allowing the field goal kicker into the field. For the use, sometimes coach teach illegitimate act and how to avoid detection just to win and get rewarded. But for the lesson, this is not good action for them because there might be use violation in game just to win and get a reward. For the future, it can give a bad result for the athlete. Okay, for the intercollegiate, because of the economic values, gambling continue to tarnish the image of sport as a builder of values because sometimes the team or the person who watch the game, who attend the game, make a gambling just want a satisfaction for that game. So in the sport is a wrong ethic.
So thank you to the previous presenter. So next we will move into ethical dilemma in sport commercialization. So before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Habibur Rahman binti Omar and you can call me Rahman. So thank you to the previous presenter. So next we will move into ethical dilemma in sport commercialization. So before I start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Habibur Rahman binti Omar and you can call me Rahman. Okay, so next, what is ethical dilemma? Ethical dilemma, when we talk about ethical dilemma is something that we do that will create ambiguity in our mind or thought. Okay, for an example, if we saw a news that are saying some certain brands or certain club or certain sponsor are collaborating with each other, so we will think or we will thought about what will happen to their updates, what will happen to their improvement of their jersey colours, their stadium, maybe they will come up with a new product of their collaboration. So that is what we call as a ethical dilemma. So based on the first case study that you guys can see on the screen, okay, the first case study is regarding Petronas, our national oil company, Petroleum Nasional Berhad, or as known as Petronas, are going to continue to reap its benefit from F1 participation. Why they are doing this? This is because the first purpose is, of course, the return of investment. Petronas reportedly said the F1 venture helped it earn about 3.7 billion ringgit in global media exposure during the Formula 1 season. So, as we know, Formula 1 season, Formula 1 sport is something that the most weighted sport in from their fans through globally, whether in Malaysia, whether in Japan, Chinese, all around the globe, they are waiting for the F1 season. Okay, so this is why, and this is related to the sport commercialization, where the Petronas are using sports to gain their profit or to gain media exposure and of course will benefit to them in the future.
Okay, so next, our second case study is, as you guys can see, Heineken signs 337 million deal to become the global beer partner of Formula 1. Okay, this is related to the ethical dilemma in sport commercialization, where the Dutch beer giant Heineken has confirmed to enter Formula 1 with a multi-year sponsorship deal for trackside advertising and title sponsorship of several races. Okay, ironically, in reality, we are taught, and there are rules we need to follow, that we cannot drink and drive. But here in Formula 1, the main sponsor of their sport is the producer or the giant brand of alcohol. So why would this happen? This is because, of course, the Heineken wants their brands or their marketing strategy that come from Formula 1 viewers around the globe. And for Formula 1 also, that is also some or money they are received from the Heineken sponsorship. So there is pro and cons in this collaboration, but to among their fans or their viewers, for several Islamic, especially for Islamic fans, they are a bit offended because, and they might not want to watch the Formula 1's race or matches in the future, because of course, in Islamic, the alcohol are not illegal and cannot be used. So why would they support the sport that are promoting the illegal things that they cannot support by their religion? So we can see from there, in ethical dilemma, there are pro and cons. There are positive and negative impact to both parties in the sport industry, whether to the sponsor or the sport itself. So thank you.